All right, so we're gonna get into it with women who are just hard headed. Let's just keep it real. They're just hard headed, and they don't understand that when you choose um, to go into the sex trade, men have standards, and they're not gonna put up with it, and you have to accept that. But will women accept that? Let's check out this video. Hard Talk Radio.
A big post, which is supposed to be here, about this woman who gave up her relationship for her own fans account. So from the looks of it, the video, the the couple are arguing, and she wants to know, the woman wants to know why her boyfriend broke up with her, and he says because you made an OnlyFans account and I told you not to, and then she says, so are you gonna pay my bills? And then
Here's the thing: until you all are married, your bills are your responsibility. That's just a fact. Okay. That "are you going to pay my bills" thing, that shows you're irresponsible. Which means you're a poor choice for a wife. Because something happens to the husband, you're going to resort to bringing the whole family name down, doing prostitution. That's what it is. It's just OnlyFans. Other people do OnlyFans for different things. That's not the point. You see, when people hear the word OnlyFans, they think prostitution because that's what it's known for, prostitution. So it doesn't matter if you dare to make bake cookies and sell bundles of yarn. It's OnlyFans. It's like Pornhub was, oh, let's say Pornhub, Pornhub doesn't just have sex on it. There's people there who try to save kittens, make videos on how to save kittens from falling off of trees, and how to help old ladies across the street. It doesn't matter. What it's been established is what it is. What people will recognize it for. It's OnlyFans. It's recognized for digital prostitution. Period. But you got women who just, for better sense of the words, they're lazy and they don't want to work. That's it. They don't want to work.
the video cuts out. So that's what you've been seeing on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. Right. So a lot of the responses are basically centered around, who's right, who's wrong. Mm-hmm. So instead of like acknowledging both sides, people are just picking a side. And so, men are typically saying, okay, I don't want a girlfriend with an OnlyFans account. Like it's okay that he doesn't want to date somebody that's an OnlyFans account. They don't want to date sex workers, and they have like certain standards, and they are allowed to fight. Yeah, and for me, because my realm is more so Facebook, and then the Facebook group is where I saw it first, and a lot of the comments were basically focused on like, the woman had a point, like he wasn't gonna pay her bills, like, right, and he was not paying her bills, and that's what most of the conversation was centered around. And then the men were saying, well, so Twitter is pick me territory. Yeah. So a lot of girls aren't gonna say, even though it's what they think, and that's not what they're gonna say because they're scared to get dragged.
Oh, here we go. Pick me territory. Pick me territory. That's what it's like now. We drag women who have morals. Not every woman is just who not gonna agree with you is the fact, oh, she's a prisoner of shame, and oh no, it's the fact that they understand that to do something like that is gonna hurt their chances of getting a man. It will hurt their family name. No man's gonna take them seriously if they're on OnlyFans looking like a cheap Happy Meal, looking like she's for everybody. And guess what? OnlyFans pays more when you're having sex with other people and doing certain things. Well, I don't have to do that. Well, guess what? I'm sorry, but in business, there's a competition. You're selling a product, and you have to beat out other people who are selling the same product. So guess what? There are people out there pushing more of the envelope to get more money. So you saying like, oh, I'm just going to show this and show a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You're defeating the purpose. Either you're in it all the way or you're not. And guess what? If you're not going to be all the way, you're not going to make any money. So you're just shooting yourself in the foot by even making an account. That's practically useless. But you know you're not going to do that. You know what you're going to have to do. And you expect your boyfriend to be a simp and take it. Okay? And deep down, you're going to lose respect for him if he agreed to it. So it's best that he leaves with his balls in his spine and get out the relationship. You can say all you want, but no man worth his salt is going to put up with this.
But on Facebook, anything goes. If you haven't been there, anything goes. It's crazy. So, like, a lot of men were saying, like, you know, women shouldn't be wanting to do this and should be having higher standards. And what about when this man said, what about when your daughter asks about where they got their toy from or something, and then you have to explain it to them? So now they're going to pay $35 to see her Onlyfans account? The women on Facebook was like, so when do children ever ask where their stuff come from? Yeah, kids don't care. No. Kids don't. I ain't got kids, but I never gave a damn. But then,
wonderful. You don't give a damn. Also, the fact of the matter is like kids are savvy with technology, especially middle schoolers. So if you know you're just helping your kid get bullied, and the fact that he's going to have to get into fights every day at school. If it's a daughter, she's going to have low self-esteem and thinking that mom, it's okay for mommy to do it. I should be able to do it. Mommy's a whore online. I could be a whore in school with the whole football team. That is what's going to happen. Your son's going to be possibly spending most of the day in the principal's office just to gain some respect among his peers. And then you're going to try to normalize it and think it's okay. Modern women, I'm sorry, especially liberal black women, I feel sorry for every man who had to deal with a liberal black mother. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. Because what these women don't understand that you're breeding men to hate women, young boys to hate women when they grow up. Because they see that their mother had no morals.
And we get into that word standards. Like, men and their standards. It's weird. Men and their standards. It's crazy what they...
Damn, it's like they sound like they don't, like, you don't live by standards. You don't have no standards. Men are not supposed to have standards. They have to take this. And unfortunately, these women are backed by the left. They're backed by the left. They know it. They're backed by women who will say, this is women's empowerment. And these are the women who have create broken homes. These are the women who can't really find men to marry them. Men who just want to smash them and dash. Because there's no way they want these women to have their last name. And unfortunately, it's coming to that point that men are really going to have to stand, and they're just going to have steel in their backbone to stand, because unfortunately these women, they're backed by colleges who are now opening up to OnlyFans in Britain, in America, and soon to be all over. And if a man dares to say, I will not date a woman who's on OnlyFans, they'll have to deal with the shaming tactics will be tougher than ever before. And I feel bad for us who are parents and we have to raise kids and tell them to have standards and who not to date. And it's going to be hard because the government will step involved because they will see how much money they can make out of this. Think daddy government is not going to want to have a piece of the pie and oppress people like they never oppressed people before to accept it to get more money?
I want to set a boundary for it. Yeah. It's crazy the things that they choose to have a standard about. I'm not a man, so. But I'm confusing. OnlyFans accounts and standards, I don't know how having an OnlyFans equates to low standards. Right. Like women like the value once they create an account. Like you log in your information and you are now a prostitute. Right.
You're gonna have to go to that level anyway. I'm sorry, it's gonna get to that point. All right. We are in a pandemic and money's kind of scarce. And if men are offering to give you thousands of dollars to sleep with them, guess what? You already are money hungry now. You rationalize going on OnlyFans, rationalize a woman wanting to do OnlyFans, even though her boyfriend said, "Don't do it, I'll leave you." She did it anyway, and she lost the relationship. Who's to say you won't go into prostitution? It is prostitution you're going into, but you're going to go to the next level. Just like strippers don't just stay stripping. Strippers will do prostitution if there's money is right.
I keep making a point. There can be a girl having the same number of partners, having the same amount of sex for free every day, in and out on the streets doing her thing. And the moment that a girl gets online and does it, now she's a criminal, even though might have less partners. Actually, she can just be doing solo videos. She can be sending feet pics. You don't have to have sex on OnlyFans. You can sell anything. So
Again, you still have to compete with others who are having sex and getting money. And they'll look at you, "Hey, honey, unless you let me smash or unless you showing a little bit more than just your feet, I'm not going to give you any more of my money. And I'll take my dollars and go to someone else who's going to give me what I want." Now, what are you going to do? One person does it. Yeah, fine. Two or three. Okay. Comes to 5, 6, 10 thousands. Then you realize you're losing money. You're going to bear a little bit more. You're going to compete because you see the money is leaving you.
how does that, like, if she's over there doing it for free and she's over there doing it for money, I don't understand how they standards are different. If anything, you should she got an entrepreneur spirit. Like, you should like that. She's giving some money. And
I can't believe she said that. Entrepreneur spirit. Entrepreneur spirit. Mm-hmm. Yes, entrepreneur spirit. I just don't believe she said that crap. Wow, this is the sex trade. You don't have to get a license to do this. There's no certifications. You don't graduate school. There's no 6 months training, 8-hour annual, whatever. Man, you don't do. This is the sex trade. Anyone and their grandmother could be on OnlyFans. There's nothing really. There's no standard there. They don't see this entrepreneur spirit. So you okay telling your family you do OnlyFans? Your mother, your father, your pastor, your deacon? Come on now. It's a business. You got to get more clientele, right? What about your cousins, your male cousins? You want them to know that you're doing OnlyFans? How about your brother? Got to get customers, right? Yeah, I thought so.
Pornhub is in a whole industry. Like, who do y'all think these women are behind these cameras? I guess they just can't be your girlfriend. The women behind the cameras that you seen yelling out can't be. But the thing is, a lot of guys are saying that we're gold diggers, we're this, that, the other. When we seek our relationships, we don't build. We don't. I saw another post the other day saying that women don't build; they just move in. So, like, according to you all, we don't make money. We only want guys with money. We don't have anything. But if these are the people with money, clearly these are the girls buying houses, cars. Like, they have the finances, but those are the ones that you don't want to date. But you keep saying that your standard is a girl who has something going for herself.
A girl he should take seriously and bring home to his parents and say, "Mom, Dad, this is the woman I'm going to marry." Not a woman who's on busting it open on the internet where everybody could see what she looks like with her clothes off. Would you want your son to marry a woman from OnlyFans? What do you do, child? Oh, I'm on OnlyFans. I have my own business worldwide in over 50 countries. Yes? Yeah, OnlyFans. I'm so proud of myself. I got other people working under me too. Imagine that talk at Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas dinner. What do you do for I do OnlyFans, ma'am? Imagine the silence in that room. Man.
But just with that being said, we always accept that two things can be true at the same time. So, our collective viewpoint is that of many. I was telling her earlier, like, we understand that people set boundaries in their relationships, and that's between them two. We don't have anything to say about that. We don't. So we feel like they're both valid. If he don't want to date a sex worker, assuming that she is, because just because you do OnlyFans does not mean that you're a sex worker. But if he doesn't want to date a sex worker, he doesn't have to. And if she wants to make her money the way she wants to make her money, she can do that. And those things clash in relationships. This thing is a valid argument, but don't think that this conversation is not about women, the policing of how they choose to make their money, and also entering into relationships where men respect what they do. Because that's a lot of what we're seeing. We're not having a conversation about, why did he feel like he had to say, no, you can't have an OnlyFans account. Like, where did that come from? I don't know, because I was asking myself the same question. Like,
it means the fact of the matter is he doesn't want a woman that's a slut online. Imagine let's just say, imagine he goes to church on Sunday, all the men looking at his wife. He looked back, the men turn that way. He looks at in front of the pastor looking at his wife, getting those little sneak looks. You see a guy with his girl, got a attractive woman on his side. You look, hey, she looks attractive. If he looks at you, you look the other way. Does he want to go? Do you want to put that man through that type of suffering? Would you go out with a man that all your girlfriends know what he looks like naked? Put it that way, because that's exactly how he feels. That's why he left. A lot of these women don't get it, and it's sad to say you have a lot of black women who are liberal don't get it. And that's why you see a lot of black men, they're going to date outside their ethnic group. And I can't blame them. They have a right to be happy and right to feel respected and the right to have standards. And it seems like today men are not allowed to have standards. Well, I'm sorry, that's not the real world. It isn't. Anyway, tell me what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Later.